US prosecutors have charged Indian billionaire Gautam Adani and 7 others in an alleged bribery and fraud scheme related to a renewable energy project in India. In the indictment, the prosecutors alleged that the tycoon and other senior executives had agreed to payments to Indian officials to win contracts for his renewable energy company, expected to yield more than $2 billion in profits over 20 years. The Adani Group has denied the charges as baseless and would seek all possible legal recourse. In this episode, we try to understand the 5 things that help us understand the latest Adani controversy. What is the Adani Group being accused of? What are the charges against Gautam Adani? And who are the accused? But before we get into the story, let's understand what an indictment is. In the US legal system, investigative agencies present their findings to prosecutor. The prosecutor then assembles a grand jury, which is a group of citizens tasked with determining whether there is enough evidence to prosecute someone. If the grand jury finds sufficient evidence, they issue formal charges to the court, known as an indictment. The individuals being charged, in this case the Adanis, can contest the charges during the trial and are held guilty only when the charges are proven. So who are the accused and what are the charges? Apart from Gautam Adani, the founder and chairman of Adani Group, other accused include Sagar Adani, his nephew, who helped build Adani Green Energy's solar and wind energy portfolio. Another accused is Vineet Jain, managing director of Adani Green Energy since 2020. The next accused is Ranjit Gupta, ex-CEO of Azure Power. Another one is Cyril Cabanes, formerly of CDPQ, and colleagues Saurabh Agarwal and Deepak Malhotra. And the last accused is Rupesh Agarwal. He is the co-chair of FICCI Renewable Energy CEO Council and was formerly with Azure. And what are they accused of? The accused individuals have been charged with 5 counts. The first is conspiracy to violate the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, or FCPA. The second count is securities fraud conspiracy. Third is wire fraud conspiracy. Fourth is security fraud related to the 2021 144A bond. And fifth is conspiracy to obstruct justice. The FCPA charges on obstruction of the justice primarily target the executives at Azure, who allegedly destroyed evidence. In contrast, Adani's face securities and wire fraud charges related to the funds they raised. So what is this controversy all about? US prosecutors have alleged that the groundwork for a bribery scheme involving Adani was laid between December 19 and July 2020. During this period, Adani Green Energy and another renewable energy company listed on the New York Stock Exchange secured contracts with the Solar Energy Corporation of India, or SECI. SECI is a state-owned entity promoting renewable energy usage in the country. At that time, Adani Green announced that it had won the world's largest solar award. Over the next 20 years, the project was projected to generate more than $2 billion in profit after taxes. However, there was an unintended consequence. The energy produced was expensive for Indian states, making it difficult for SECI to find customers willing to commit to purchasing it. Prosecutors alleged that Adani and his associates resorted to bribery to persuade Indian states to adopt their solar energy. For instance, in Andhra Pradesh, they reportedly promised 1,750 crore or approximately 228 million in bribes to officials to ensure that the state electricity board would agree to buy 7 gigawatts of solar power. Interestingly, between July 2021 and February 2022, electricity companies in the states of Odisha, Jammu and Kashmir, Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh and Andhra Pradesh entered agreement to purchase power from SECI, which would be sourced from Azure Power and Adani Green Energy. So what has been the response to the allegations from these companies? The Adani Group has vehemently denied recent allegations from the US Department of Justice and the US Securities and Exchange Commission against its directors, calling the claims baseless. They also said that Adani Group will explore all possible legal avenues in response to these charges. Azure Power also commented, that it is committed to strong governance standards. R.P. Gupta, CMD of the Solar Energy Corporation of India, clarified that SECI has not been implicated in any wrongdoing related to the Adani case. In the light of DOJ's indictment regarding alleged bribery for solar contracts in Andhra Pradesh, the YSRCP, the party in the government, then stated that has no direct agreement with Adani. Meanwhile, opposition parties, including Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, have called for a parliamentary investigation into the Adani Group. Gandhi specifically demanded Mr. Adani's arrest.
It's now pretty clear and established in America that Mr. Adani has broken both American law and Indian law. He's been indicted in the United States, and I'm wondering why Mr. Adani is still running around a free man in this country. चीफ मिनिस्टर 10-15 करोड़ के लिए अंदर चले जाते हैं और अदानी जी 2000 करोड़ रुपए का स्कैम करते हैं और वो बाहर घूम रहे हैं। कारण है कि प्रधानमंत्री उनको प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं।
BJP MP Sambit Patra remarked that the company would defend itself and that investigation should include Chief Minister of the states governed by Congress or its allies between July 2021 and February 2022, when the alleged bribery took place.
एक दूसरे देश में किसी प्रकार का आरोप प्रत्यारोप और उस पर लीगल स्टैंड चल रहा है, और किसी भी मैच्योर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का ये दायित्व होता है कि जिस देश में चल रहा है उसके कानून का सम्मान करते हुए उसके कानून किस कोर्स में चलेगी ऑब्जर्व करेंगे। उस पर टिप्पणी करना ये उचित नहीं है। और कंपनी का विषय है, आप लोग, आपका जो बिजनेस विंग है वो कंपनी से पूछेगी। हमने बड़े स्पष्ट रूप से कहा कि जहां जहां निवेश कांग्रेस के राज्यों में हुआ है, आपने वो निवेश क्यों कराया? आपको इतनी एलर्जी है, आपको लगता है ये सब कुछ घोटाला है, तो आपने, मैंने तो संख्या भी दी, कितना कितना निवेश किन किन राज्यों में कांग्रेस के हुआ है, वो आपने क्यों कराया? क्या उसमें भी घोटाला था? इसका जवाब कौन देगा?
You might wonder why the SEC and the Department of Justice are prosecuting Gautam Adani and 7 others if the allegation involved bribing Indian state authorities. The reason is that their actions violated US laws, particularly those related to corruption, fraud, and the misuse of American financial system. The Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, or FCPA, is a US law that prohibits companies and individuals from bribing foreign officials to gain business advantages. Although the bribery occurred in India, the FCPA applies here because the Azure's involvement. However, it is possible to settle these charges without conviction. Under the US security laws and other regulations, the accused can negotiate with the regulators to settle charges by paying fines without admitting guilt. So what has been the aftermath? The indictment has had a significant financial impact on Adani Group. The Adani Group cancelled a $600 million bond offering just hours after it was priced, following US prosecutors' announcement of charges against its founder. As a result, US dollar bonds of various Adani companies fell sharply during Asian trading. The overall stock price of Adani Group fell by 20%, with Adani Energy Solutions crashing 20% and other companies suffering significant losses on Thursday. Additionally, Kenyan President William Ruto announced the cancellation of a procurement process of expanding the main airport, which involved a proposal from Adani Group. He also voided a $700 million contract with a unit of the group for power transmission line construction.
I've stated in the past and now reiterate today that in the face of undisputed evidence or credible information on corruption, I will not hesitate to take decisive action. Accordingly, I now direct, in furtherance of the principles enshrined in Article 10 of the Constitution on transparency and accountability, and based on new information provided by investigative agencies and partner nations, that the procuring agencies within the Ministry of Transport and the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum immediately cancel the ongoing procurement process for the JKIA expansion public-private partnership transaction, as well as, and immediately commence the process of onboarding alternative partners, because these are important projects.
If convicted, the US government may seek to forfeit any real and personal property that constitutes or is derived from the proceeds of these illegal activities. An indictment of this nature could lead banks, institutional investors, and rating agencies to view Adani's assets negatively. Additionally, private equity firms and SEC-registered investors may find conducting business with the group challenging. And this wraps up our breakdown of Adani bribery scandal. We'll keep you updated on the story as it unfolds. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to stay updated on this story and other major developments from around the world.